Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. We back with another video, and we're talking about how to set up automations on Postscripts and what automations you need to be using. So if you haven't already, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe on this video. Please, it goes a long way. We're trying to get this video up over 100 likes, all right? So boom. Without further ado, as y'all can see, we are on Postscripts. We're on the dashboard right now. And one thing I don't see a lot of people talking about is automations and how to set up automations on Postscripts. Like my last video, everybody's just talking about how to send campaigns, which is fine because campaigns are very important. They drive most sales on Postscripts. But you wanted to have it where automations in the background is running at all times. And what's an automation? An automation is basically just like a then if situation. If a customer does this, this message sends out. You only have to set up an automation once compared to a campaign. You have to set it up every time before a drop or something like that. So a few automations are abandoned carts, post-purchase, browse abandonment, and one that I love is a shipping automation. So basically, when an order ships, the customer gets a tracking text to them as well as the email. So that's one thing that I really love with automation. So right here, as you can see, in the last 90 days, a few of our automations that's been doing really well is abandoned cart returning customer 1 and 2 did $280, $103, and these are just automations that's just set up in the background, just collecting money. I don't have to do anything, and they just send out. So boom, I'll show you how to do automations. You go over here on the left hand side and you hit messaging. Then you go to automations, and over here you'll hit create automation. So I've been on Postscripts for a really long time now. So automation flow is fairly new. So I don't use it. I know how to use it, but I don't use it. I use create legacy automation, but I'll definitely show you guys how to do a flow as well because both are very important. But me personally, I just do legacy automations, and all that is just a one-off automation. And when you click on that, they have templates already for you to use, and these templates are really good, and I really like them. If you're just starting out, just study these templates and just use them. The ones I think that are key is just abandoned cart. That's key. See, they have new customer and they have returning customer abandoned carts because those are two different people, and you want to send two different messages to a new customer than a returning customer. Also, you have an auto response message. I don't do that one because I just don't respond to messages via Postscripts because like most people don't even know that Postscripts is two-way. Over here, I can respond back to customers if I wanted to. They could text me, but I don't do that because that's what our customer service email is about. They have browse abandonment, and they have an order delivered automation, and they have a win back automation. But the ones I really focus on is abandoned cart, browse abandonment, and order delivered. So, and I'll show you guys over here. So if I go to automations and my legacy automations, as you can see, I have abandoned cart, new customer, abandoned cart, new customer 2, abandoned cart, returning customer, abandoned cart, returning customer 2. And somebody might ask, what's the difference between 1 and 2? I'm going to go into details, but it's really just an A/B test just to see what one can do. So as you can see, in the lifetime of these automations, I've made some decent amount of money. You know what I'm saying? This returning customer brings us the most money at $5,200 in the lifetime of the automation. And I believe I have one that just, oh, I don't have it. I don't have it. Okay. Cool, it's not here anymore. I deleted it. So boom. So let's just go into them. And then I have a post-purchase first timer, and I have a shipping notification, and I have an abandoned cart. So let's do this one first because I don't see a lot of people do post-purchase messages. A lot of us will like get the order from the customer, and all they'll get is a confirmation email, and the next communication they get from us is like a shipping notification or like their order delivered. So we need to have a message between confirmation email and order delivered. So that's where we have our post-purchase first timer. So, and this one helps me a lot. And I did a video on this one too as well, if y'all want to go ahead and check that one out. So boom. So when somebody checks out on our site, the delay right here is like they checked out, and the delay is how long from when that action happened we'll send a message. So in our abandoned cart, our delay is 30 minutes. So in our post-purchase, our delay is 6 hours. So 6 hours after you checked out on our site, we'll send this message right here, and it'll go, hey, wait, can I go? Okay, here we go. I can go, hey, Elizabeth, thanks for making your first purchase. Our team is hard at work on your order. In the meantime, if you have any questions, email us, and that's our customer service email. And then right here, you can see 2 weeks after, because at one point, when we did pre-orders a lot, it took us 2 weeks just to fulfill an order. So I used to set up a flow, and this is a flow. I'm going to show you guys how to do that as well. I set up a flow just showing, like, hey, 2 weeks after this message go out, I want to send this message just in case we didn't send the order. So, like, this also had a cancellation trigger. So order created is the first trigger. Cancellation trigger is order fulfilled. So they won't get this message right here if we fulfilled the order. So it goes, hey, Elizabeth, we didn't forget about you. We promise. We're still putting together your order, and we're working hard to get it out to you ASAP. So sorry for the delay. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. And she can reach out to the customer service email that she would have got 14 days prior. So now that's why you see right here and right here. So this sent out to 1,800 people. This sent out to 746 people, because not everybody that this message sent out to, it took 2 weeks to send their order. And that's why we don't even have any sales on this. This is just an update. And you can see we got 3 orders off of this. This is not a message that I'm trying to earn money on. This is just a message I'm just trying to use to update my customers. Now let's go see a message that I'm trying to earn money on. That's something I want to see. And I want you guys to stick around to the end, because at the end, I'm going to show you guys how to set up these automations for yourself. Or you can just pause this video and just copy these automations messages as you see them and do them yourself if you already know how to set up an automation. So boom, back to my legacy automations. Everybody want to see the money one. All right, so let's do returning, abandoned cart returning customer, and abandoned cart returning customer 2. So I'm going to do 1 first. So group 1 is, so this sends 20 minutes after somebody abandoned cart. And for me, I feel like that's the sweet spot, 20 minutes to 30 minutes to send an abandoned cart message, because a lot of people want to send an abandoned cart message 5 minutes after somebody left the site, but you don't know what they're doing. They might be at work. They might be at school. They might be going there getting their card information just to come back and check out. So I don't want to send a message too soon, and I don't want to send a message too later on, like let's say 2 hours later. They might be doing something different. They might actually be going to school, actually be going to work, actually going on a date, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. So I feel like 20 to 30 minutes is the sweet spot, and that's after just testing it over years. Like, oh, boom, look, 20 minutes after they leave the site, send this message. And we send this message: don't leave your cart hanging back to checkout. You know what I'm saying? It's just a real simple message, and this is the group 1 message. And with this message, the lifetime of this automation, we made $1,400. Very cool. We sent it to 646 people, and 105 people clicked. And this is an abandoned cart returning customer. So somebody might ask, why don't you have a discount code with this one? I don't have a discount code with this one because this is a returning customer. Like, you already shopped with us before, so you might have already got a discount code. So I don't want to always send discounts and devalue my brand. You know what I'm saying? I might just send another item before I send a discount. So this only goes out to customers that has, it's like a property on it. This goes out to customers that have more than 1 orders with us. So this is for returning customers, abandoned cart. Okay? So that's 1. So abandoned cart returning customers group 2 that made $5,200 in this lifetime value. Let's see the difference between $1,400 in group 1 and $5,200 in group 2. And I don't know how Postscripts pick who they send the message to. They just do it. So I don't know how they do it. It's just like an A/B test. I'm not sure. So this was sent to 858 people, 193 people clicked, and 74 people actually ordered. So the difference between group 1 and group 2 is, the only difference is I actually put a discount code in there. So I'm A/B testing, and I can see, hey, doing a discount code brings me more sales for returning customers, so I should do discount codes more. But I just told you guys the reason why I don't do discount codes more, because I don't want to devalue my brand by making customers feel like they're always going to get a discount. This is not Walmart. This is not what we're doing. You feel me? So boom, you can see right here, don't miss out by using code BOOM at checkout, 10% off. It expires in 4 hours. This code might not expire in 4 hours, but the customer doesn't know that. You always want to have some type of urgency in your messages, especially with abandoned cart, just to get customers back to the site. I do urgency in my campaigns too, for new customers and all that. But returning customers is also important, just to have some type of urgency, just to bring them back to the site. Like, oh, I have this code, it's going to expire soon. So these are abandoned cart automations for returning customers. This is abandoned cart automations for new customers. As you can see, group 2 again made $3,300 compared to $2,900 over here. So it's only like a $200, $300 difference. Nothing crazy. So let's see these messages. All right. So as you can see, this abandoned cart is going 25 minutes. The other one's 20. This one's 25. So I stay within 20 to 30. I don't really venture out of that. You know what I'm saying? And with this one, off rip, this is abandoned cart for a new customer. So off rip, if you're a new customer, I will give you a discount code because I want you to come back to the site and be in my funnel, some shape or form. So it's just giving them 10% off, nothing crazy. And the trigger for this is they have no orders with us, order created. The order, they started to check out, but they didn't check out. That's the trigger. And the cancellation trigger is order created. So they won't get this message if they create an order with us. And then key thing, this is not for all your customers. This is only for your customers that signed up through Postscripts and hit that link. This messages only go out to people that's on your SMS list. This won't go to everybody that come to your site. So you might want to set up some other automations with Shopify for everybody that come to your site. But this literally only for people that's on my list, okay? So that's a key thing to take away from this. So that's abandoned cart new customer 1. And abandoned cart new customer 2 made more money than new customer 1. Let's see the difference. Over here, I was giving away 10%. Right here, I'm giving away 15%. So the only reason why this made more money is because I'm giving away a higher percentage. And that's it. So, like, if I'm somebody like a brand just starting out, you guys is watching this video, or somebody seasoned, one thing I want to do is like, okay, maybe I should give away more than 10%. Maybe I should give away 15%. And I feel like the reason why this one is working better than the other one is because my sign-up list, we give away 10% on the sign-up list. So somebody that's abandoned cart and they're trying to come back, they might not want to come back because it's like, bro, you was giving me 10% on the front end anyway, and now you're giving me 10% on the back end. This one is like, okay, you didn't want to shop with us on the sign-up link when we gave you 10%. Now here's 15%. It expires in 4 hours. And we make a lot of sales from it. So I still keep them both up because I like to A/B test and I like just watching the A/B test. But group 2 definitely be working all the time. And this only goes to new customers. So if you checked out, started with us, that's the first trigger, and you don't have a order with us already, that's the second property. And then this will cancel out. You won't get this message if you did check out with us. So that's one cool thing I like about these automations. And they're just in the background just running. And then we have the browse abandonment automation. This is one of my least favorite automations because this is for people that come to your site and just leave. They didn't add nothing to the cart. Oh, actually, product added to the cart. Nah, this is not. I think that's wrong. But this is for people that browse abandonment is when people come to the site and they just leave. Like they just leave the site, whatever the case may be. They didn't add nothing. So I don't really like browse abandonment. The trigger is product added to the cart for our browse abandonment, but I don't believe this one works like that because I've seen this message sent out to people that didn't add anything to the cart. So, but the triggers do work though. I just don't really like the browse abandonment one because it's like, it's so evasive in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you did just add something in the cart, if you didn't reach checkout, I really don't want to send you a message because a lot of people just add things in the cart just to like see and snoop and just, I like people that reach checked out and back out. Those people are a little bit more serious than people just added something to the cart, in my opinion. But it's a great one to add if you want to have all the automations running. As you can see, I still have mine running and it made me $2,700 in its lifetime value. So I really appreciate it. If I added up all these automations right here, I probably made an extra $15,000 to $20,000. I'm just guesstimating. I don't know, off of just automations that I have set up in the back end. So that's just how key automations are. Like I've made a lot of money on the front end, but I could still make another extra $15,000 to $20,000 on the back end. But I'm gonna show you guys how to set up automations. All right, see, we back. So I showed you guys what automations we should be using and how I use those automations and how much money I make from SMS automations. So you should get some automations. But without further ado, I'm going to show you guys how to set up and make these automations as well. And if you guys already know how to do that, just go back and look at my other messages automations that I have earlier in the video, and you can just use those and replace them in any which way you want for your brand, but they do work as you've seen. So the first thing you want to do is go over to create an automation. Automations flow is fairly new, so I don't use it as much. I still do legacy automations where I just create a legacy automation. And one thing you can do is they have custom automations where you can set them up yourself, but they also have automations like these or templates that you could just build on. And you could just read them and see which ones you want to use. But for me, I like to use abandoned cart, old and new customer. I like to use browse abandonment, not as much, but it's cool. And I like to use post-purchase automation, which I have a whole video on as well, and why I like to use that one. So let's just say we're doing an abandoned cart automation. It's a template right here. We want to build on it. Boom. It's not on right yet. It's disabled. If you want to turn it on, right here. So this is a template right here. As you can see, it goes out once per subscriber. The trigger for this automation to start is checkout started, and a cancellation trigger. See, yeah, we need to edit this because why doesn't it have a cancellation trigger? So let's go up here and edit this. Boom. Edit automation properties right here. So the automation trigger is checkout started. The cancellation trigger, hit yes. Cancel automation if order created. So it's many different cancellation triggers, but this is a abandoned cart automation. So we definitely don't want to be sending messages to subscribers, especially if they already checked out and they really didn't abandon cart. So I'm gonna go back down here again. So the automation property is checkout started. Cancellation trigger is if they created an order, okay? And let's say user filters. This is what I would do. I'll do a user filter if you want this to be an abandoned cart returning customers. So if the number of orders is more than 1, so this will be abandoned cart returning customer. If the number of orders equals 0, this will be abandoned cart new customer, okay? And I don't need this one. I don't need to do that one. So automation trigger, checkout started, and there's many different automation triggers you can have. There's also an automation trigger if product was added to cart and it didn't check out. But I like to do automation trigger, checkout started. That means they added to cart, they got to checkout, and they just didn't check out yet. But if they did check out, they won't get this message, and this trigger will cancel out. So they won't get the message at all. And that's pretty much it. I won't do a photo on this one because you really don't need a photo. And really simple message. Hey, Elizabeth, we noticed you left something behind. Here's 10% off code just for you. Shop now. Offer expires in 24 hours. It's really important, guys. It's really important you put some type of urgency in your messages just so somebody can come back to your site right away. And I probably wouldn't even do 24 hours. I'll limit it down to like 4 hours. And then abandoned cart message like this is something you want to send out between 20 and 30 minutes. You don't want to send it out too late, like 2 hours, because they might do something else and they might forget about your brand. They might go to school, whatever the case is, work, anything, a date, anything. And you don't want to send it too soon because 5 minutes right after they just left the site, you don't know if they just going to go get their card information just to come back to the site and you're already sending them a message. So you don't want to be too thirsty and you don't want to be too nonchalant about the situation, guys. You want to make sure you're sending those like between 20 and 30 minutes, 25 minutes as the sweet spot. But let me show you this other one right quick. Create automation, legacy automation, and custom automation. So I'm going to just do this one from the top. I'm going to call this one browse abandonment added to cart. And I just simplified abandonment. I didn't even need to do all that. So you can have this to where it sends once per subscriber, but this is a browse abandonment. I want to send this out every subscriber every time we do this, but you can also have it too where it sends once per subscriber. So the trigger for this one is going to be product added to cart, user filter. I can switch this one up. I can have this user filter to where it's browse abandonment new customer, and I can have it to where it's browse abandonment returning customer. So you'll have it too, and I didn't show it on the last abandoned cart one. So if it's a returning customer, it's gonna say number of orders greater than 1. So if you have more than one order with us, you'll always get this message. So if it just says equals to 1, it's only gonna go to people that only have 1 order to us. So you want to make sure it says greater than 1. So it goes to every customer that's a returning customer, even if they have more than 1, more than 5, more than 2. So you want to have greater than 1. So it always goes out. And then you can have it to where it's once per subscriber. But this is one of those automations I always want to send out because, like, especially if you're a returning customer, like, why are you browse abandoning? Like, why are you just looking around? Let me send you a message just for you to get back to the site some way, somehow. So the trigger is going to be product added to cart. The cancellation trigger, always got to cancel out. So you don't want a message to go to somebody if they already placed the order. So order created will be the cancellation trigger right there. So the start of it, product added to cart. Cancellation trigger will be if an order is created. And this is going to be for returning customers. And most of this is pretty self-explanatory. Once you get in there and start playing around with it, it'll make sense. And if you don't understand something, just leave me a comment below, and I'll try to do a video on it, or I'll try to explain it in the comment section. Just leave a comment below. Please don't forget to like this video too. We're trying to get over 100 likes. So boom. So this is browse abandonment, added to cart, returning customers. That's what this is. So number of orders greater than 1. All right, save and continue the message. What do I want to say in this message? And you can build it off of a template too. So like, let's just go back. Like, I'm not even going to use this one right now. Let's just go back to automations, create automation, legacy automation. And that's why I like doing a template and building off of the template and then going there and changing what I want. So boom. Let's see this message. We always got to take that picture off. And then I want to make sure I send this browse abandonment, let's say 30 minutes. It's not that serious. We notice you checking us out, Elizabeth. Thanks for stopping by. We know you're going to love it, but text us back if you have any questions. Pick up where you left off right here. So that's a lot in that message. I don't really like that message right there. I'm going to just leave pick up where you left off right here. And then it'll just show their last product view. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take all this out right here. Thanks for stopping by. We noticed you got... I don't like any of that. We noticed you checking us out, Elizabeth. I might just say, hey, whoever it is, customer name, hey, Elizabeth. I might just do this. Hey, Elizabeth, pick up where you left off right here. Use discount code. And then you can, to add a discount, you'll go right here and you'll add coupon, or you can hit add discount link. But coupon is easier to do because it'll pop up like this. And let's say you want to give them a percentage, free shipping, or a dollar amount off. I always like to give a percentage because people can't do the math of percentage in real time. It just seems like more. So let's say if my product is $80 and I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna give you $20 off. You could see that. You'd be like, oh, it's just $20. But let's say I'm like, hey, my product is $80, but I'm giving you 20% off. You might think 20% is more than it is, probably more. I don't know. But I'm bad at math. But like a percent just always look better. So when I do this, I always want to give like a percent because a percent look better than a dollar amount. So let's say I'm gonna give her 20% off, right? She's a returning customer. So now I'm saying, hey, pick up where you left off, use discount, code expires in 4 hours. Code expires in 4 hours. I spelled expires wrong. That's on me. Boom. Code expires in 4 hours. Boom. I always want to put an urgency in there. And you can put that in all caps to even make it more extra urgent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sending this 30 minutes after somebody browsed a banner. If they added to the cart, they didn't create an order, and they left the site. Hey, Elizabeth, pick up where you left off. It'll be their last product right here they can click on. Use discount code for 20% off. You know what I'm saying? It'll be right here, a coupon code. Code expires in 4 hours. Simple. It's just real simple. and I want to go to the automation properties. So I'm building on this. I started with a template. Now I'm building on this. You see on this automation property right here, the automation trigger is subscriber view the product. I don't want that. I want to product added to the cart. Because if you only simply view the product and then you leave the site, you're not that interested. Now, if you added a product to the cart, you're a bit more interested than somebody that just viewed the product. I don't want to be sending messages to people that just view. That's just a window shopper. They might not have any money for anything. They were just looking. Fine, cool. It could be another brand owner. Who knows? But I want it to be somebody that added to cart. They have way more interest than somebody that just viewed the product, okay? A browse abandonment and our abandoned cart, the difference is the abandoned cart, they actually reach checkout. So that trigger is they reached checkout and left the site. This trigger is they added to the cart and left the site. So those are the two differences, not to get confused, okay? So boom. Now our cancellation trigger is cancel automation if checkout started. Cancel automation if order created. So it's two cancellation triggers. So I'm going to cancel this automation if order is created. I don't care if you started the order. Like, I want you to actually create an order. That means they put their credit card information in, they checked out, they bought, it's out of here soon. Those are the triggers. Now my user filters, let's just say this is a browse abandonment for returning customers. And you guys can A/B test these things and see what works for you. So now it has to be numbers of orders greater than 1. So for it to be recurring customer, it has to be number of order greater than 1. Now say if this is a browse abandonment for a new customer that they have no orders with us, they never shop with us, I'll change that to numbers of orders equals 0. So now that's for new customers, and that'll be a whole different message. So instead of me giving 20% off, I might be giving 15% off or so, or flip it. I can give returning customers 15% off, and I'll be giving new customers 20% off. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Play with it. It's actually like really beneficial just to get on here and just see how it works. I love Postscripts, man. I love it so much. If you're not already on the platform, please get on the platform. And that's going to be the end of this video. I don't want it to be too long. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and put that notification bell because I have more videos coming. I want to get real consistent. I appreciate all you guys that's been rocking with me so far, and I hope I can do more. And just tell me any questions you got, man.